the part that goes along this back and forth, because I think there's going to be a lot of issues with that, especially with the thing returning back, because if the hole for where the prizes go is directly below this,
It's not going to be directly below.
it won't, right, it won't be able to get in because of the way this is hooked up here.
It's not going to be directly below.
We're gonna have a in this design right here. We're gonna have
The prize is out here.
right here, and we're gonna have anything like that. So it won't be directly below.
You just leave it against the wall right there.
Thank you.
So this area right here, this X right here, that's the area where it's not gonna be directly below. Like that's the area below the actual fixture.
And this is the drop zone right here.
There's a ring, a hole that's a ring.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
a
a ring. You might
ring.
have like a boundary ring.
Yeah, boundary
To
ring.
hold everything.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, if we
Have
put
like
it,
a ring
It would
around.
be a little bit of it. That's a way different. That takes away, because your line. Because remember, this thing is actually in a square. So here's what you have to really think about here. There's actually a square that this thing is in, and so if the arm cannot go further than that right there. So that gives you.
no, we're making
Really-
the plexiglass smaller than the square, like that, for example.
So look what I'm saying is that here is the region of where that the balls can be, so that the toys can only be in this little tiny region. It's very, very tiny because of how big that hole is there, and this has to be big enough to fit a whole prize down. And so you're only gonna have like one layer of prizes around there. We want to make it to be adaptive for everything. Personally, I think that rather than doing a ring like that, I think you can do a hole here, but I think that the hole, instead of being like that, it's gonna have to be like this maybe. Up on one side of it, so that when it picks up the prize, the arm goes back to this position, the prize gets driven back down, and then it gets as far back as it can get, and then it falls right there.
Yeah, that's what we were supposed to do. We weren't supposed to.
So it wasn't going to be an actual like
Okay.
deep hole, like a big deep circle hole. Instead, it'll be a square hole.
Right.
Yeah, that's because it'll be easier to code if we had one big spot.
Instead of the whole thing, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we had.